there and welcome. My name is Danny Graham and you are listening to The Sports Station, being brought to you by New York Sports Hub, where New York sports comes alive, and also from our good friends at Giants 101. For today's show, I have a special guest who is going to give us some insight on his experience so far as a rookie with the New York Giants, looking to land a roster spot with the team for the 2015 season, and that is none other than Giants tight end and former Stony Brook University Seawolf, Will Tye. Will, thanks so much for coming on to talk to us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So before we jump into your football background with your beginnings at Salisbury High School in Connecticut, your college career at Stony Brook, and your early college career at Florida State, I just want to jump into it. What has it been like so far to work with a team as prestigious and just the organization itself? How has it been working with the New York Giants?
It's been something else. It's definitely been a great experience. With this team, you can see that they're ready to win, and that's what I want to do. So that makes me feel even better in being there. All
right, very good. So by this point, you have been working alongside the other tight ends on the team through, I guess, OTAs and mini camps. So the tight end position has been one in question in recent years for the Giants. So when you signed with the team, was that something that you took notice of and felt that you had a great chance to not only make the team but contribute immediately?
Yes, I definitely seen that. The Giants use a tight end, and when they utilize it, I know I can definitely help in a big way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so let's see. The current Giant tight ends, well, the ones last year anyway, were Daniel Fells, Larry Donnell, and Adrian Robinson. So they're all back this year with the intention of getting better and hopefully holding down their jobs for another year. But have you gotten a chance to look at their performances in order to see what you can do to improve or do differently to help you stand out?
Oh, yeah, I definitely look at them all the time. I mean, seeing them and talking to them and watching them, how they work, I'm able to do what they do or even better, or just even get a glimpse of their game to put it to my game.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that because you're a rookie, like they may feel a bit threatened, like they don't want to teach you too much with the chance that you might overshadow them? How have they been, I guess, warm or, for lack of a better word, comforting to you? Have they welcomed you aboard?
Oh, yeah, they definitely welcome me. You think that, like, okay, they're not going to tell me much or show them much, but I mean, right now I'm part of the team. They're going to help me do the best I can do so I can do better than the defense so that we can look good as a unit on offense.
All right, very good. So now let's go into your football background. So in case some Giants fans don't know exactly your full story yet compared to other rookies here, let's start with your high school career at Salisbury High School in Salisbury, Connecticut. What were some of your high school accomplishments that you were most proud of during your time there?
Being able to play offense and defense, because a lot of people, especially in the South, they don't really do both. But I was able to really help the team out, being offense, defense, and special teams as well. Mm-hmm. Being only for 1 year and just being so welcome to the team and being able to be a leader, I felt really good with that, and that was a big accomplishment for me, being welcome there.
Okay. And what positions did you play apart from tight end, if you did play tight end?
Played, a little bit tight end, mostly receiver there on offense.
Okay.
A little bit of fullback, and on defense I played outside linebacker and DN.
Okay, and so that brings it to this next question: Were you recruited, or were you asked to do more apart from receiving? Like, did people see an exceptional talent in you on the defensive side? Was there any of that?
Yes, I definitely had some talent. People look at me rather for defense. Not too many schools like offense, but I had some schools definitely trying to look at me for defense.
Okay, and so did Salisbury get to win any championships? Were you in any big games while you were there?
No, not really, but it's so funny you say that because right after I left, I think they won about 4 years in a row straight.
Well, I guess you set the bar, I guess. Then they took it over from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good way. You were the catalyst. I like that. So, and before arriving at Stony Brook, you were actually recruited out of high school to play for the Florida State Seminoles. So you were there for 2 years, and then you decided to transfer out. So with being at Salisbury High School, how did a school as prestigious as Florida State, with Jimbo Fisher and Bobby Bowden and all them, how were they able to track you down, and what made you want to play there originally?
That's funny. I get asked there a lot. I wanted to play there actually because that was my favorite school, and like for them to offer me was definitely a dream come true. There's no way I was going to say no to them. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, most of my offers came in late. Like LSU, I had the Miami's, but then I went down there for a visit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to go there.
Oh really?
And, I mean, I was sold on it right away. I think I went to NC State as well. The week before then, but Florida State offered me. I mean, like I said, they're going to find you. Wherever you at, they're going to find you.
Yeah, exactly. When you
They
have the
definitely
talent,
found me.
right? So, since you idolized Florida State for such a long time, what were some of the Florida State alumni that you looked up to, like Deion Sanders, Derek Brooks?
Definitely, Deion Sanders definitely one. Warwick Dunn was another. Peter Ward. There's a few guys because some obviously they'll come back, and they'll show love to their school.
Hmm. All right, and then from what I understand, you were redshirted there in 2010, your first year. Then you were redshirted again in 2011.
No, I was only redshirted for 1 year. I was there for 3 years at Florida State.
Right. Okay. And then so 2012 was your sophomore year, your redshirt sophomore year, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So 2012 rolls along, and it looks like that you're not getting a lot of playing time. Whatever the reason was. So you decide to transfer out after that season, and you decide to go to Stony Brook out in I believe Long Island. So what was the reasoning behind your decision to transfer out of Florida State, and how did you end up coming to Stony Brook?
Well, I definitely didn't want to transfer from Florida State because obviously there are a lot of guys there probably in my situation that didn't want to stay because Florida State, being a good school and just good sports, it's like, why would you transfer? But I knew I had a chance to make it to the next level, so I figured I'd definitely leave. I didn't want to go D1. I didn't want to sit out a year and have 1 year left, so I was like, I'll go down. I had a friend that went to Stony Brook, and I also have a current teammate that's still there that I went to high school with.
Uh-huh.
He's there, and I just say I'm trying to transfer. I might go to your school. He's like, really? I'll tell my coach. And then I was like, all right. I didn't really talk to so many schools, but it's funny. I think the first week I got there, like D1 schools that called me, like, LSU, are you trying to transfer? I was like, all right, I'm already out of school at AA. He's like, oh, wow.
Wow. So you end up going to Stony Brook essentially through, I guess, connections or whatever. Was that how it happened?
Exactly. Through connections. I was just trying to get out of there fast. I wanted to go so I could be wherever my next school was. I could be the first spring to be able to learn the place and be able to adapt to a new place.
Okay. And I've seen that a lot with some people that decide to transfer out to another school. They at least do it from an individual basis. It's not that they are defecting from the team that they're transferring from. It's more or less an opportunity to play more.
Exactly. That's usually what it is.
Right. And that was really your situation.
Sure.
Okay. So I guess there was no harm, no foul on that end.
Oh yeah, no harm, no foul. Yeah, because I still talk to the guys all the time.
Okay, very cool. So now there you are at Stony Brook, a bit of a transition from the ACC to the FCS. So you're obviously getting a lot more playing time, making the most out of it. So you played in every game during the 2013 and 14 seasons, 9 receiving touchdowns, over 1,000 receiving yards. So it looks like your decision pays off to go to Stony Brook. Was there a game during your Seawolves career that stands out in your mind that you were able to contribute in?
Oh yeah, definitely. My first year there versus JMU. Virginia, it was a shootout. We were up a lot, then it kind of came back, but I just had a really good game and I picked the team up, just seeing everybody's faces. Like the team came together that one game. I think that was maybe 3 games before the last game, but just seeing the team come together like that and me being a big part of it, it felt good to actually contribute and help for the win.
And then when you say JMU, that's James Madison University?
Yes, James Madison University.
And were you able to play some FBS schools? I think you played UConn at one point. Was that one of the schools?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely another game, just me being from Connecticut. Should have won that game, but just being able to compete with having my family and friends also in the stands and playing versus school because, long story short, Connecticut, they didn't recruit me. They did, but they didn't offer me, which is a crazy story. So that was like, yeah, I'll come out here and just show them everything I got.
Yes, that's sometimes the way to do it. So, and I also read somewhere that you were a return man. Can you at least go into that for us?
Yeah, I was the heaviest return man probably in college history.
Okay.
But yeah, I did that in high school. My junior and senior year, I did that. I liked it. There's no chance for me to get the ball, and why not? Obviously, return touchdowns in my high school career, none in college, but I probably should have had maybe one. But it's different in college, that's for sure.
All right. So you were. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. I liked it though.
All right. So now this brings up the question here, and I'm gonna put you on the spot here. So you're a tight end, but you were also a return man. So what was your 40 time? What's your
40,
highest?
well, that's surprising. My 40 time was a 4.48.
A 4? Okay. All right. So you're one of those likes to.
It made sense. If you see me, okay, you don't see that, but it's just I have the speed. It's not. It doesn't look like it, but yeah, I guess I move pretty fast sometimes.
Okay, so that brings up my next question here. What kind of an offense did Stony Brook run?
We ran a run offense mostly, affirmation type stuff. And when I got there, we changed it a little bit, but it was mostly based off the run.
Okay, but it was so it was more run oriented. It wasn't exactly you were in a slot or one of those things.
Yeah, but I mean, I did line up in the slide, of course, outside. I mean, all over really. But yeah, it was definitely run mostly first. But yeah, I came there to build the culture of it.
Okay, because like when you were just mentioning that with your speed and me thinking that you probably played slide here, I was thinking of back when Andrew Luck and Kobe Fleener were running the show at Stanford, and Kobe
Yeah.
Fleener was just almost an every man in that offense. So I kind of drew some parallels right there. So I hope
Yeah,
yes,
that definitely happened.
so I hope that's a fair comparison from where I
Oh,
sit.
yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
So here you go. You're during your senior season, did any NFL teams come to see you? And if so, what teams did come to see you?
Yeah, actually, I think it made about 25 teams out of 32 teams during the year, during my practices, during the fall season.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the most they ever had. I mean, it was definitely exciting. I used to see that at Florida State. Coaches coming like, oh, that's really cool. And it happened to me at Stony Brook.
Yeah, and then when they approach you, I'm sure it's something else, right?
Yeah, it's definitely something else.
Mhm. So were there any coaches or scouts from these teams that talked to you? And was there anything they said in particular from whatever teams they were that stood out to you? Like they said, we want you, or anything like that?
A few teams just talked to keep working. Nobody really pushed it as much. I think maybe two teams pushed it. I think it was the Chargers and I want to say the Chiefs.
Okay.
They definitely said that they like me the most, and they just keep working. We'll see what happens.
Okay. So ultimately, you end up signing with the Giants as an undrafted free agent back in May. But during the NFL draft, did you have your hopes up at any point that you might get drafted? Were there any teams that said, "Hey, if you're at this spot, we'll pick you"? Was there any of that going through your mind?
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit of that because I mean, leading up to the draft, I really talked to about at least half of the team, if not more. Just talking, asking, okay, we're feeling pretty good about this situation, and especially during the draft, I'm seeing a lot of tight ends were actually picked up. To say a weak tight end class, but a lot were definitely picked up.
Okay, you mean like tight ends from like in a similar position as you, like from the FCS, all those sorts of things?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, just in general, SCS or SDS, just a lot of times were grabbed off the board.
Okay. So, like I said, you had signed with them back in May. So, with about a month down with the Giants, who have you latched on to already at this point? Coaches or players? Is there anyone in particular that you have buddied up with so far?
Yeah, definitely. My coach, Kevin Gilbert, he's definitely, because I actually knew him before this.
Okay, Kevin Gilbride Jr.?
He's the coach at Temple, and they're my first offer from out of high school.
Oh, you're kidding.
Junior year, yeah. So it's funny, he's like, I got you now, but I guess so. But, he used to, always come to my school and visit. And the player-wise, Akeem Hunt, he's from Purdue, running back. Me and him, I got pretty close.
Okay.
Both being rookies, just ready to make this team.
So have you, I mean, I'm a little a babe in the woods when it comes to these OTAs and stuff. Do they have you guys arranged? Like, do you guys have rooms, or is that for, like, training camp?
Oh, no, we definitely had rooms right now. At least all the rookies stay together.
Okay. And so you had just mentioned Kevin Gilbride Jr., so you're learning the whole Ben McAdoo offensive system. So you're not alone because everyone else is starting to pick up Ben McAdoo's offense. Whoever was with him last year in his first year, they're going into year 2 of this. So what are your thoughts on the type of offense that Ben McAdoo wants to run? Is everybody on the same page? How comfortable are you with it so far?
I'm pretty comfortable, especially as of today. I just had a pretty good practice today. Just it takes a while, being a rookie, learning everything new, and they're really throwing the book at you. I mean, that's good. That's what you want. So you eventually get to learn it. And but yeah, it's going pretty. Everybody's definitely picking it up, and we're looking pretty good.
All right, pretty cool. And I was just thinking about this too with your FBS to FCS transfer. I was also thinking about during this interview, Rashad Jennings, the Giants running back, and he started off, I believe, at Pittsburgh, and then he ended up transferring to, I believe, Liberty, and he became a standout right there. So I don't know if you knew that before, but there's some parallel right there with you and Rashad Jennings. Rashad Jennings had a much similar background, and he was able to stand out at Liberty, and he started off at Pittsburgh. And I guess he didn't want to waste the whole 1-year transfer ordeal too. So I don't know if you knew that already, but that's some information that you might want to know.
Definitely, I didn't know that. I knew he went to Liberty. I thought he just went there from his freshman year, but I didn't know he went to Pitt first.
Yeah. So I believe that was the story. I remember when he got drafted, and I heard that whole story. And I was on the Rashad Jennings bandwagon, when he got drafted, I thought he was great. And the fact that he's with the Giants now, and I'm a Giants fan, so everything's working out and for the better for him and me. So the fact they're on the same team that we could support. But lastly, getting back to you, of course, are you social media savvy? Do you use Twitter or Instagram to reach out to your fans? Like, what's your take on that whole situation?
I use it. Not as much as I used to, but I definitely do use it. Definitely will communicate with others and other fans, or just any other teammates or people that I know that have it. I definitely use it.
Okay, so why don't we get some handles here? Where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at Tye_works.
Tye_works.
Oh yeah, that's for Instagram, and then for Twitter you can find me at Tye Chill. That's my last name, Tye Chill.
Tye Chill.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very appropriate, very good. And and lastly, this is your cool down question. We got Game 6 of the NBA Finals coming up in about a half hour. Who have you got? You think the Warriors will end it all tonight?
I don't think so. I don't. If I had a friendly bet with somebody, I'll pick the Cavs. I'll pick the Cavs.
So you want the drama of Game 7 to linger on for the rest of the week?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All the trimmings of it.
Well, I'll be sure to go down to the bar immediately after this and check out the game myself, and I'll shoot you a text afterwards, see where we'll be at.
Hey, I'm ready for it.
All right. Well, that's all the questions we have for you, but we'd like to thank you once again for taking the time to talk to us here on the Sports Station, and we wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you'll wear the big blue uniform for a long time.
Thanks. Hopefully. Appreciate
it. Yeah, sure thing. And I also like to thank Will's agent, Dwayne Upton of Upton Sports, for helping to arrange this interview. For more information on Upton Sports, visit them on the web at uptonsports.com. And lastly, I'd like to thank Spider, Glenn Compton, and all the good people at WNTI 91.9 Public Radio from Centenary College for letting us borrow their studio for this podcast. Much appreciated. So I'm Danny Graham, and you have been listening to The Sports Station, brought to you by New York Sports Hub and Giants 101. Visit both of them online at their respective pages, nysportshub.com and giants101.com. So until next time, sports fans, take care.